What's going on, guys? It is like 12 o'clock in the afternoon and we're gonna go train. Training a little bit early today. I just don't want to be training super late at night. I didn't get a chance to train this morning because last night I did an 800-meter sled pull. And so yeah, today we're gonna go train. I also wanted to shoot some videos today, some product reviews videos, because I got some new product in, some supplements, some products from some other brands that I'm going to be shooting some videos for Primed Force. We're going to be doing some video reviews and stuff like that. So hopefully that's going to come out pretty soon, but this is going to be a training vlog like usual. One of the videos I shot last night, I wasn't too stoked on how it came out, so I figured I would head to the gym and I'll probably just end up filming there for the video. Plus it would add a little bit more to the effect, the cinematic sort of atmosphere of being in a gym and training and whatnot. So with that, we're gonna go grab some coffee and then we're gonna hit the gym. Check. Today's training was super good today. A lot more of the bodybuilding-esque components of training. Got to work on some bench, some deadlifts, some pendlay rows. Felt real good. It's a lot of stuff that you don't really see. I know it doesn't technically look like CrossFit, but it's a lot of stuff that I feel that a lot of CrossFitters aren't necessarily doing. I mean, I think bench does have or serve its place in training, as well as doing things like pendlay rows or doing things like tricep extensions. You know, you're using those muscle groups, so you might as well train those muscle groups any chance you get. A lot of the other programs that I've been on Icon Athlete. I've done some Misfit for a while. I tried CompTrain for a little while as well. But as far as, you know, training those smaller accessory muscles, I feel like hybrid performance WOD or any of the hybrid WODs kind of hit more on attacking those muscle building groups, getting in that accessory bodybuilding work that you should be getting, you know, whether or not you're doing CrossFit or whether you're doing powerlifting or whether you're doing, you know, bodybuilding, you should be hitting those smaller muscle groups, because at the end of the day, they're going to help you achieve the goals that you're trying to achieve. And we can move on to what I really wanted to focus today's video on, and that's the review of the Super Serum protein from Paleo Ethics. So if you guys have been in the world of CrossFit for any time now, you know that recently Progenics just separated ties with CrossFit. They're no longer the title sponsor for the CrossFit Games, and now Paleo Ethics has stepped in to be one of the title sponsors of the Games. And so what that means, we get some new products to check out, which is always cool, especially if you're like me and you like new products that come out. You love anything that is in the realm of functional fitness or marketed towards functional fitness aficionados. I picked this up yesterday. Picked this up for about 59 bucks. It's not the cheapest of proteins out there, especially if you're on a budget, you're looking for something to supplement your diet. I don't think this may be up your alley or what you're looking for, just because the price of it per serving isn't really going to equate necessarily, as well as if you're going to purchase something like Optimum Nutrition or Dymatize or something like that. You're going to get more bang for your buck with those products. But at the same time, if you do subscribe to a paleo style of eating and living, this may be just what you're looking for. Right off the back, you have this super nice fancy packaging. You could definitely tell they spent a lot of time on this, and with that packaging on the front of it, they've actually detailed some of the things that are going to be included or not included with this protein. For example, there's no dairy. This is a high performance beef muscle protein, so there's no dairy. It's non-GMO. There's no gluten in it, no dairy, no soy, no sugar added, no nuts. So technically it's certified paleo. Now, you may be asking, what is the difference between a hydrolyzed whey or a whey protein shake versus a beef muscle protein shake? Just basically the gist of the difference between the two is that with the beef muscle protein, you're looking at a protein that is created from bits and pieces of cow. I have some links below that kind of talk more in depth about that. It's not necessarily the most happy of topics to talk about in terms of, or let's say digestible topics to talk about in terms of you know, protein and the way protein is made, as opposed to traditional whey protein that's made from you know, dairy. It's made from cow's milk, the separation of the whey and the curds. So that's the main fundamental difference between a beef protein powder versus a whey protein powder. Now, this also does have the albumin serum protein, which is another type of protein that's found in the blood of cows, so that's included in this as well. And I believe that protein is more readily available and digestible in terms of types of protein. Now you're probably wondering about the facts of this protein. Now I guess the cool thing about this protein is that if you are trying to cut weight or trying to work towards body composition, this protein only has 80 calories per serving. This whole bag is about 25 servings. So if you do a double scoop, you're not actually, it's probably going to be about the amount of calories as you would find in a traditional whey protein shake, maybe actually a little bit more than what you would find in a typical whey protein shake. But each serving has about 18 grams of protein. It has about 2 grams of carbs. So again, if you're looking or working towards more body composition aspect of training, this may be exactly what you're looking for. Now, in terms of ingredients go, this is I guess that's one of the nicer things about this protein, because you have a little bit better of an idea on what's inside of it. There's about 6 ingredients. It's the hydrolyzed beef protein, the serum albumin concentrate, natural vanilla caramel flavor, coconut oil powder, the natural vanilla flavor, and stevia. So pretty simple line of ingredients, stuff that you could probably Google, figure out what's inside of it, and not be too worried about what it is that you're not have to worry too much about what it is that you're consuming. And that's based off of the fact that this protein is catered towards people who subscribe to a paleo style of eating. All right, guys, so one of the other things that I want to touch on in regards to this review is the flavor. And that's probably one of the biggest, most important things outside of the nutritional content, which I'll get to a summary of my thoughts on it. But the flavor was one of the things that kind of stuck out for me. When I pick a protein, I really am looking for something that tastes good. This is not something that I'm drinking all the time, but post-workout, I want something that's refreshing. I want something that's tasty, and that's not something that I really found in this protein. This is the natural vanilla flavor, and I didn't really see much of that vanilla flavor in it. I know they did add quote unquote natural vanilla flavor and vanilla caramel flavor, but it wasn't something that was very refreshing. I think mixed in the fact that this is a beef protein, it's gonna taste different as opposed to a traditional whey protein shake, which has that dairy taste to it because it's derived from dairy. The taste on this really didn't hit the nail for me. If I was gonna rate it on a scale of 1 to 5, I would have probably give it a 2, a 2.5. It's just really non-existent for me in terms of wanting to drink this protein. Another thing that really stuck out to me about this protein was the protein content. This is a ratio that I'm coming up with, but it's the protein content ratio versus the price that I'm paying for it. For $59.99, I'm only getting 18 grams of protein per serving, and that's not really something that would entice me to want to buy this, because each serving is going to be that much more expensive, and I'm going to have that many more scoops in order to get the desired amount of protein that I want. And for the price, it doesn't equate. It's not something that I would look for. There's other proteins that I would definitely recommend over this one. And yeah, this is just hasn't been the most appealing proteins, and this is just one day. This is just my initial thoughts that I'm throwing out there in regards to this protein. But another positive that I really like about this protein is that if you are lactose intolerant, this may be something that you're looking for. You are paying a little bit more for that aspect of the protein, but it's easy to digest. You don't have to worry about bloating or gas or things like that because there's no dairy in here. So that's definitely a benefit to having this protein. Now, for a 1 pound bag, 1.16 pound bag of PaleoEthics Super Serum protein, you're getting about 25 servings, which isn't too much of a big deal for me, especially when you figure that most other proteins you're getting about 30 servings. You are getting about a little less in terms of the amount or weight of the protein. Like, let's say, for example, if you were to purchase an Optimum Nutrition protein, you're getting about a 2 pound tub with 30 servings. So I guess that is something to consider if you are really dead set on making sure that you are maximizing the amount of money that you're spending and the amount of servings that you're spending. But that is something to consider if this is something that you've been thinking about purchasing. Maybe this may not be necessarily what you want to look at. So to kind of wrap up this review, this kind of my initial thoughts on this protein, if I was going to give this thing a rating out of 5, I again, I would have to say this is a 2.5 out of 5. Nothing really stuck out to me in regards to this protein. The flavor really wasn't there, partially because this is a beef muscle derived protein as opposed to a whey protein. So the tastiness isn't really there. Like, let's say, for example, if they wanted to do a Pop-Tart flavored, version of this probably wouldn't taste that good. Another reason why I give this protein a 2.5 out of 5 is because of the fact that the price isn't really its biggest selling point. It's not something that's going to entice you to want to buy it. In fact, it's probably something that's you're probably going to shy away from purchasing because of the price. At $59.99, there's a lot of other good high quality brands that you could purchase from. One of my favorites, Ascent Protein, which I also did a review on the website, or on my website, Primed Force. You can take a look at that in the links below. It's a better value at $41. It's not too pricey. The taste is there. This at $59, it is kind of pricey. I would put it at the same level of purchasing at a Progenics protein. But the thing with Progenics that they have is that it blows the taste of this out of the water. The taste of the Paleo Ethics protein doesn't even compare to, Progenics peanut butter smash or the any other Progenics flavor that they have on the market. So if you have thought about buying this protein or are on the market for a protein, to be quite honest, I wouldn't recommend you purchasing this protein, and I would feel uncomfortable recommending you guys to purchase this protein because the value isn't there, the taste isn't there, nothing is really there to sell you on purchasing this. I know in all the commercials they have all these high-level CrossFit athletes, but I would shy away from purchasing this because of the fact that there's nothing really to keep you buying this outside of the fact that they're hinging on these CrossFit athletes to continue to market this. Because I can definitely tell you, out of 5, the taste is maybe a 1 or 2. Now, I do feel kind of bad giving them such a low rating for their protein, but at the same time, it is kind of what it is. I mean, in terms of market testing, in terms of making sure that you're bringing to market a product that people want and are going to love, I think they should do a little bit more testing in terms of making sure that they get their flavor to price at a place where people would want to buy this protein. I'm obviously going to continue to drink this protein until I have it because of the fact that I've already purchased it, but I really don't want you guys to make the same mistake that I made. So if at all possible, unless you want to try it for yourself, please do not buy this protein. Again, all the links for everything that you need to check out are in the description of this video. If you want to purchase this protein, if you want to check out Ascent Protein, which is a personal favorite of mine, the lemon sorbet tastes amazing. I would definitely go ahead and check that protein out. If you have any other questions, actually, before we go any even further of wrapping this video up, why don't you guys leave a comment below in regards to what your thoughts on this protein? Have you tried this protein? What do you think of the brand? Or if there's any other protein brands you'd like for me to check out and do a review on, I would love to. And let's end it there. So with that, guys, hope you guys enjoyed this review. Hope you guys found it helpful. And if you did, please make sure to like and subscribe, and I will catch you guys in the next video. And as always, make sure that your coffee is black and your barbells are heavy. This is David, and I will see you guys in the next video.